Okie dokie, we've made the sweet little trek out here to the nice rock pool area, and I think this might be a pretty decent spot to go hunting for some oceanic Pokemon, some water Pokemon. Maybe we're going to take some nice AR photos of some sea life here. Just doing a bit of a explore and see what we can find underwater. So let's get you into a protective little underwater housing and jump on in.
I just don't get you.
The quest continues to try and perfect an underwater video in Pokemon Go. My main goal for this one was actually to try and take like actual underwater AR photos. However, the way that I suppose like the new, maybe it's the same as the old one as well, but the way that the new AR mechanics work in, you know, seeing their little yellow feet and tapping where they're going to pop up and having them kind of like locked to that one position, unfortunately is affected by the way that light behaves underwater. So I had so many failed attempts of trying to get a Pokemon to actually spawn underwater. I was having a lot of difficulty actually getting reception. Where we were isn't kind of like, we weren't in the middle of Newcastle at a beach, we were kind of over towards Swansea, kind of this cave and rock pool kind of area that isn't really close, I guess, to normal like cell service and things like that. So couldn't get a decent connection for a lot of it. And then for the ones that I actually could get to, you know, spawn underwater, because of the way that the light moves underwater, the Pokemon was like, hey, I'm just gonna go over here, and now I am here, because in the mind of the AR, the floor was moving, so therefore the Pokemon had to move where its anchor was, or used to be. So I don't know how I'm gonna overcome this one. I'm still really, really determined to kind of like fully do a proper underwater video without relying on green screen. So yes, the Gorillapod photos turned out nice. Like the rock pool photos turned out really, really nice. The crabby and, you know, the Kyogre and things like that turned out pretty decent. Unfortunately, there was a bit of like fluff on my, or salt water on my lens there, so they were a bit blurry. But the goal still remains, proper underwater AR photo session. I don't want to resort to just regular AR, even though that could definitely work. In terms of just taking like a portrait like photo underwater, I really want to be able to have it in landscape so I can use like the entire film portion of it as well. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to try and keep testing it, keep working with it. It's still going to be, you know, the sun's still going to be out for a few more weeks here in Australia. It's going to be pretty warm, and then fingers crossed as well, you know, with me going to Singapore, again, a lovely, nice warm climate to be experiencing there. So a few more options, a few more chances to play around with some underwater stuff. But yeah, honestly, kind of, I think the day was slightly geared against me for this one. The current, oh my gosh, the actual like underwater current, when we were trying to film out near like the deeper parts as well, was just pulling us all over the shop. So we're like 3, 2, 1, dive down. I'm like, there's a Pokemon that I can, like, it was ridiculous trying to swim against that current. I forgot my little like fin booties, like the little like shoes that you wear with your fins. So the fins that I was wearing were like essentially too big for my feet because I didn't have my little shoes on for underwater. My thighs, my calves and thighs were like dead after we trekked back out. Just swimming against and with that current was pretty brutal. And then even the rock pool, because of that current, there was like such kind of average visibility in some parts. So rip, but not gonna quit. Let me know if you guys want to see more experimental kind of stuff like this. I definitely like want to get to the point where I can fully I know all the bits and pieces that I need. So, like the first attempt for an underwater video was really rough. It was just me by myself with a boogie board and my camera and my phone, and that was just like mental to try and coordinate. Did come out with some cool AR stuff from that as well, like some green screen stuff with the Squirtle on the boogie board, but I really want to get it to a point where it's like I can like lock it in really tight and know exactly what I can film underwater. It's like an added challenge, which is really fun. And I suppose not everyone gets to, you know, dive and swim and see all these wonderful things underwater. If you're living in the middle of the countryside, or if you're living, you know, in the middle of a desert somewhere, you probably don't have access to this frequently. So let me know if you want to see more underwater stuff, even if it is a bit rough around the edges. But I didn't find any shinies, didn't do any like much extra hunting after that. We're all pretty spent after that experimental shoot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you were going to see other underwater Pokemon, what would you like to see if I was to photograph some underwater mons for you guys? I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever it is for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.